Welcome to our channel Coins Buyers. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. What if I told you that a simple 1-cent coin, minted over 50 years ago, could be worth millions today? That's right. The 1971 cent United States Liberty coin has become a legend among coin collectors and enthusiasts worldwide. Today, we'll dive into its fascinating history, understand why it has such an enormous value in today's market, and explore the mysteries that make this small coin so big in worth. Cut to close-up of the coin. The story of the 1971 cent Liberty coin begins well before it was minted. To understand why it holds such value, we need to look at the broader history of U.S. coinage and the copper penny. The 1-cent coin has been an iconic part of American currency for over 2 centuries. Originally introduced in 1793, the 1-cent coin has undergone several changes, both in design and composition. The Lincoln cent, which first appeared in 1909, was revolutionary. Abraham Lincoln became the first real person to be portrayed on a U.S. coin in general circulation. In 1970, the U.S. was experiencing a time of social change. The minting process and the materials used to create coins were influenced by the economy. By the 1970s, pennies were still being made mostly from copper, but inflation and the rising price of copper had the U.S. Treasury reconsidering the composition of the coin. During this time, copper was becoming more valuable, making the cost of producing 1-cent coins closer to or even more than their face value. This financial tension is one reason why pennies made in this era are historically interesting, and why certain rare versions can become very valuable. You might wonder what makes the 1971 cent Liberty coin stand out among the billions of pennies minted over the years. The secret lies in a few key factors. First, there's rarity. Although millions of pennies were minted in 1970, a small number of error coins slipped through quality control. These error coins can vary, with some showing double die strikes or off-center strikes. These errors are fascinating because they were accidental, the result of a malfunction in the minting machinery. One of the most famous errors is the double die effect, where the coin appears to have been stamped twice, resulting in an overlapping image. Collectors love this kind of mistake. It's like a rare misprint in a famous book or a limited edition artwork. Then, there's the small number of 1970 pennies that have been confirmed to contain a proof strike error. These proofs are coins specially made for collectors and are usually incredibly precise. But with some 1970 pennies, a proof strike error was accidentally created, making these coins among the most desirable in the numismatic world. Proof coins are struck with a specially prepared die, and they're intended to have a sharper, more detailed finish. When an error appears on a proof coin, it's a big deal. These are coins that should never have left the mint in their flawed state. Now that we understand what makes this coin so special, let's talk about its worth. You may have heard that some 1971 cent Liberty coins are being valued at millions today, $54 million to be exact. But why such a high number? When one of these error coins in perfect condition, known as MS-67 or higher in grading terms, goes up for auction, collectors are willing to pay top dollar. Why? Because these coins are not only rare, but they also tell a story. They represent a unique moment in American history and an era of change in the U.S. Mint. While it might sound unbelievable, the unique qualities of this coin, rarity, condition, and error type, make it an attractive investment piece. And when the demand is high among wealthy collectors, prices can soar into the millions. The $54 million valuation is one of the most impressive we've ever seen for any U.S. coin. Today, coin collecting is a thriving hobby and an investment vehicle. The 1970 Liberty 1-cent coin's current market value reflects both its rarity and the surge in interest in numismatics, or coin collecting, in recent years. Collectors today look at coins not just for their historical value, but as assets. A rare coin in excellent condition can outperform traditional investments, especially when there's something unique, like a famous error or a limited run, driving up its desirability. As of today, 1970 Liberty coins that are graded highly by professional grading services, especially those with mint errors, have seen consistent increases in value. For serious collectors, having one of these coins is like owning a piece of American history with a fascinating backstory and an impressive price tag. You might be wondering, could you have one of these valuable coins sitting around in a jar at home? Here are some tips on how to check if your 1971 cent coin might be worth a fortune. First, look closely at the date. Some of the most valuable 1970 Liberty coins have a double die error on the date or the word Liberty. You'll notice a slight overlap or doubling effect if this is present. Second, check for any signs of a proof strike. Proof coins have a mirror-like finish and are typically crisper in detail than regular coins. If your 1970 penny appears more polished or has a unique luster, you might have a proof coin in hand. Finally, if you think you have something special, consider taking it to a professional grading service. They can give you an official grading that will determine your coin's value. Even without errors, high-grade 1970 pennies can fetch impressive amounts. So there you have it, the story of the 1971 cent United States Liberty coin, a tiny piece of copper with a monumental impact. Whether you're a collector, an investor, or just someone interested in history, this little coin proves that even the smallest items can hold incredible value. Who knows? Maybe you'll find one of these rare coins in your pocket change. If you do, you might just be holding a piece of American history worth millions. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fascinating stories about rare coins, treasures, and much more. See you in the next video. Today, we're diving into a tiny piece of American history that holds a huge story, the 1972 United States Liberty 1-cent coin. At first glance, it may look like any other penny, but this little coin has a remarkable journey and might just be worth a small fortune today. But how does a humble penny, the smallest unit of U.S. currency, go from mere pocket change to an iconic collector's item worth as much as $55 million? Let's travel back in time to understand the fascinating history, the details, and the value that make this 1972 penny so exceptional. In 1972, the United States was in a period of change and challenge. From the ongoing Cold War to the Vietnam War, inflation was rising, and the U.S. Mint was producing more coins to meet the growing demands of a bustling economy. While the 1-cent coin had long been part of American currency, 1972 was a year that saw high mintage figures. Over 5 billion pennies were struck. Made primarily from copper, with a touch of zinc, the 1972 penny was not originally intended to be valuable. It was, in fact, made to keep up with the demand for coins and was intended for everyday transactions. But the coin became a collectible due to a fascinating twist of fate, a particular minting error that would later be discovered by sharp-eyed collectors. Coins are mass-produced using dies, which imprint the design onto each blank piece of metal. Occasionally, something goes wrong in this complex process, and that's precisely what happened with the 1972 1-cent coin. A rare error known as a double die occurred. In a double die error, the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly, causing the design elements, such as the date and the word Liberty, to appear doubled or blurred. This doubling is most noticeable on the 1972 penny, especially in coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Collectors noticed this unique feature, and it quickly became highly sought after. When you look closely at the 1972 penny, you can see this unique doubling on the word Liberty and the date. This distinct appearance gave the coin rarity status, and collectors began to pay big money for it. Back in 1972, most Americans had no idea that a small error on a common coin could make it valuable. People used these pennies daily, spending them without a second thought. But as more coin enthusiasts and collectors began to recognize the double die error, interest surged. Collectors started seeking out this tiny mistake, and the penny gained a life of its own in the numismatic world. Today, finding a genuine 1972 double die penny in excellent condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. Most of these pennies were circulated heavily, and finding one in pristine condition is rare. Those that have survived without damage are now worth thousands of times their original face value. So, let's get to the burning question: what is this 1972 1-cent coin worth today? While the average 1972 penny might only be worth its face value, a double die version in excellent, uncirculated condition can fetch a small fortune. On average, these coins can be worth several hundred to several $1,000s, depending on their condition. Some of the highest-grade double-die pennies from 1972 have reached record-breaking values at auction. One penny, graded in near-perfect condition, sold for nearly $55 million. This isn't just about the coin's intrinsic value, it's about its rarity, its pristine condition, and its place in American history. Coin collectors use a grading scale to evaluate a coin's condition, from poor all the way up to mint state. The highest grades are given to coins with minimal wear, sharp detail, and no damage. For the 1972 penny, even a small scratch can significantly lower its value. Professional grading companies, such as PCGS and NGC, assign these grades to ensure authenticity and help buyers understand a coin's value. A double-die penny in mint state 65 or higher can command a premium in the collector's market, as collectors know they're purchasing one of the finest examples in existence. Now, here's the exciting part: you can still find a 1972 penny in your pocket change, and it could be worth much more than 1 cent. To determine if you have a valuable double-die penny, look closely at the date and the word Liberty. If you see any noticeable doubling, you might just have struck gold, or copper, in this case. Using a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe, check for clear signs of doubling. But be warned, there are also counterfeits out there, so it's wise to have any 1972 penny you find authenticated by a professional if you suspect it's valuable. The 1972 penny isn't just a coin, it's a symbol of a unique moment in U.S. mint history. It represents the craftsmanship, the mistakes, and the chance that turn everyday objects into valuable pieces of art. And for those who find or own one, it's a small but powerful connection to America's past. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious, the story of the 1972 1-cent Liberty coin shows how even the smallest things can hold significant value. It's a reminder that history lives in the details, and sometimes, those details are worth a surprising amount of money. So next time you come across a penny, take a closer look. It might just be a 1972 with that special double die. Who knows, you could be holding a valuable piece of American history in the palm of your hand. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more amazing stories from the world of rare coins and collectibles. Today, we've got an absolutely fascinating topic that will leave you amazed and ready to check your pockets for a potentially priceless coin. What if I told you that a humble 1-cent coin from 1976 could be worth millions today? Sounds too good to be true, right? But, it's not. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the 1976 United States Liberty 1-cent coin, its history, value, and the unbelievable worth it holds in today's market. Stick around until the end, because you'll want to know all the incredible details of this coin that's circulating right now and could be sitting in your pocket. Let's get started. To truly appreciate the value of the 1976 Liberty 1-cent coin, we have to understand its origins. The 1976 1-cent coin is a part of a larger history of American currency that stretches back to the very founding of the United States. Let's go back to the roots of the cent coin and explore how it evolved. In the early days of the U.S. Mint, the government issued coins to meet the growing need for small change. By the 1790s, the Mint was producing the first official American coins, and one of the first was the large cent, which continued to circulate throughout the 1800s. However, by the mid-20th century, the United States saw the need for a redesign to modernize their coinage, and that's where our story begins with the 1976 coin. 1976 marked a monumental year in American history. Not only did the country celebrate its bicentennial, 200 years of independence, but the U.S. Mint also issued a special series of coins to commemorate this milestone. These coins included a redesigned quarter, half-dollar, and dollar coin, but let's focus on the penny. The 1976 Liberty 1-cent coin was part of this bicentennial set and had a slightly different design compared to the typical penny. Usually, the 1-cent coin features Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner. However, the 1976 coin had a special feature. The reverse of the coin, which normally shows a simple depiction of a wheat stalk or a shield, was changed to show a depiction of a colonial drum, celebrating the bicentennial year of the American Revolution. This design was part of a broader effort to honor the nation's past, and it truly gave the coin a unique look that collectors immediately recognized. Let's break down the design of the 1976 1-cent coin in more detail. On the obverse, you'll still find the classic profile of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, which had been in circulation since 1909. His face is surrounded by the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the year, 1976. The reverse side, however, shows the bicentennial-themed drum with 13 stars arranged in a circle above the drum. These 13 stars represent the 13 original colonies that declared independence from Great Britain in 1776. Above the drum, the coin reads E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, a powerful symbol of the unity that formed the United States. Now, here's where the story takes a wild turn. At first glance, the 1976 1-cent Liberty coin might just look like any other penny in your change jar. After all, millions of these coins were produced and circulated. But here's the thing, not all 1976 pennies are created equal. The standard 1976 1-cent coin in circulation today is worth only 1 cent, no surprise there, right? But there's a special variety of this coin, a rare version that has an astounding value. If you happen to have a 1976 penny with a rare error or unique characteristics, you could be holding on to a treasure worth thousands, even millions of dollars. This rare coin has become one of the most sought after by collectors around the world. So, what makes this penny so valuable? Well, there's a rare double die error that has made the 1976 penny one of the most valuable in the world. This error occurs when the coin is struck twice by the die, causing the images and inscriptions to appear slightly off-center. In the case of the 1976 1-cent coin, this double die error causes the word Liberty and the date, 1976, to be doubled, making the coin stand out among all others. These double die error coins are highly sought after by collectors because of their rarity and the uniqueness of their design. While most 1976 pennies you come across are just standard issues, a small percentage were struck with this error. And those errors? Well, they've made the coin's value skyrocket in recent years. Now, let's talk numbers. How much is a 1976 Liberty 1-cent coin worth today? Well, depending on the condition and the presence of the double die error, these coins can fetch an enormous sum. In fact, some of the most prized 1976 1-cent coins have sold for upwards of $56 million. That's right, $56 million. A single penny, worth just 1 cent when it was minted, could now be worth millions of dollars. The exact value of a 1976 double die error penny can vary based on its grade, with pristine examples fetching more money. A coin in mint condition, graded as MS 65 or higher, is especially valuable. So, why do collectors go wild for the 1976 Liberty 1-cent coin? The appeal lies in its rarity, historical significance, and of course, that rare error. The 1976 coin is one of the few U.S. coins that was part of a bicentennial celebration, which already gives it a sense of importance in American history. When you add the rarity of the double die error, it becomes one of the holy grails of American coin collecting. Coin collectors aren't just after any coin, they're looking for something unique, something with a story. And the 1976 Liberty 1-cent coin fits that perfectly. It's a piece of U.S. history, made even more special by its error. For some collectors, owning a coin like this is like holding a piece of the American dream. Now, you might be wondering, do I have one of these rare 1976 pennies in my pocket? Well, let's break it down. The first thing you want to do is look for the double die error. This error is most noticeable on the word Liberty and the date, 1976, where you'll see a clear doubling of the text. If you notice this, you may have a valuable coin on your hands. Next, you'll want to have your coin graded by a professional. Coin grading is a complex process that evaluates the condition of the coin, and it's crucial to know whether your coin is in mint condition or has been worn down over time. The higher the grade, the higher the value. So, the next time you come across a 1976 penny, remember, it could be worth way more than just 1 cent. With its special design, historical significance, and potential for a double die error, this coin has captured the imagination of collectors. Have you ever wondered about the humble 1-cent coin? You might think it's just pocket change, but what if I told you that the 1979 U.S. Liberty 1-cent coin is worth far more than you'd expect? In fact, this seemingly ordinary coin has become one of the most sought-after treasures in the numismatic world. The year is 1979, a pivotal moment in American history. The country is recovering from the effects of the 1970s economic struggles, including inflation, oil crises, and political tensions. But amidst all these challenges, something extraordinary was happening in the world of currency. In 1979, the U.S. Mint released the Liberty 1-cent coin, a small piece of history that would go on to defy expectations. It was part of the ongoing evolution of the penny, which, since its introduction in 1793, had undergone numerous design changes. But the 1979 edition was special in its own right. The design on the front of the 1979 1-cent coin features the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, who has graced the penny since 1909. However, 1979 marked the 70th anniversary of Lincoln's portrait, and it was also the year that significant changes in coinage production would set the stage for its rarity. The production of coins is an intricate process, one that involves precision, care, and an eye for detail. In 1979, however, a series of unplanned anomalies occurred during the minting process, and these mistakes would go on to elevate the 1979 Liberty 1-cent coin from a mere piece of currency to a rare and highly valuable collector's item. These anomalies stemmed from a combination of factors: the mint's transition to a new manufacturing facility, fluctuations in the composition of metal alloys, and even minor defects in the coin dies. While most of these coins were produced without issue, a small percentage of them bore significant errors that make them extraordinarily rare today. For collectors, these coins are considered proofs of the unexpected quirks of the minting process. A few of them, known as double-die pennies, feature a doubling effect in the inscriptions or Lincoln's portrait, resulting in a highly coveted treasure among numismatists. Others show unusual marks, scratches, and misalignments that make them unique pieces of history. So, what makes the 1979 U.S. Liberty 1-cent coin so valuable? As with all collectibles, rarity drives the price. It's estimated that only a very small number of 1979 pennies exist with the aforementioned minting errors, and the demand for these rare coins has only increased over time. While most of the 1979 pennies in circulation are still worth just 1 cent, a small group of these coins, those with errors or in pristine condition, are worth hundreds, thousands, and even millions of dollars today. Yes, you heard that right, millions. When it comes to value, the 1979 Liberty 1-cent coin is a shining example of how a seemingly small piece of currency can skyrocket in worth. Depending on the condition and rarity of the coin, these pennies can range in value from just a few dollars to several thousand. However, it's the exceptional examples, those with minting errors like double dies, off-center strikes, and other imperfections, that have really captured the attention of collectors. In fact, the market for these rare coins has exploded, and some have sold for as much as $57 million at auctions. Let that sink in. A single penny, worth just a cent when it was first minted, can now fetch tens of millions of dollars at the right time and in the right hands. So how can you identify a rare 1979 U.S. Liberty 1-cent coin? Here are a few things to look for if you're on the hunt for these treasures. This is one of the most common and valuable errors. The doubling effect on the coin's inscriptions or Lincoln's portrait creates a visual distortion that's easy to spot under magnification. Occasionally, a coin is struck off-center, causing part of the design to be missing. These coins are particularly rare and can fetch a high price even without errors. A 1979 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition is considered more valuable. Coins that have been kept in excellent shape since they were first minted are highly sought after. If you have a proof version of the 1979 penny, it could be worth much more, especially if it has any of the aforementioned errors. Over the last few decades, the market for rare coins has seen exponential growth. As more people become interested in coin collecting, the value of rare coins, like the 1979 U.S. Liberty 1-cent coin, has risen significantly. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these historical treasures, and the rarity of the 1979 penny has only added to its allure. In recent years, the coin has seen major sales at auctions, with prices ranging from a few $100s for common errors to $57 million for the most extraordinary examples. So, where can you find one of these rare 1979 Liberty pennies? If you're lucky enough to come across one in your pocket change, it could be your ticket to a fortune. However, most of these rare pennies are sold at specialized auctions, online coin marketplaces, and from private collections. If you're serious about collecting, you can also find them at coin dealers who specialize in rare and historical pieces. But be sure to do your research. The market is full of forgeries and misattributions, so make sure you're dealing with reputable sources. From humble beginnings in 1979 to becoming a $1 million rarity, the U.S. Liberty 1-cent coin has proven that even the smallest pieces of currency can hold immense value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just discovering the world of numismatics, the 1979 penny is a testament to the fascinating history and potential fortune that lies in every coin. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on the next hidden gem in the world of coin collecting. This script combines historical context, technical coin details, and the financial potential of the 1979 U.S. Liberty 1-cent coin to create an engaging and informative YouTube video.